So here we find ourselves on the 1st of April 2016. This is just a beginning of the season review. I hope I can keep it more steady than I have in the past so that I don't make you too sick. In the large greenhouse, we still don't have anything really going. I mean, we put some white strawberry plants in here, as well as our thyme and rosemary and wild garlic. But I plan on putting the tomatoes in the ground, as last year I didn't put them in the ground, and in the pots they just kind of got a disease that comes from a lack of calcium due to a lack of water, and so the time in between each watering seemed to be the problem, so that's why we'll put them in the ground. Right here at the very front we did a couple of spring onions, but not anything is really starting up just yet. Our blueberries from last year did really well. It was surprising how often they kept putting out new blueberries. Behind that inside is the munch, or lamb's lettuce. Just got done tilling the main vegetable bed. I still need to put the compost on it. I've got it all planned out. Yeah, my daughter has been in the garden. I've got it all planned out. Just have to wait for the weather to get started. So the shallots and the onions are in the ground. Where the sand is I've already put in some carrots, even though it is a little early. The garlic has already started to come out, and this here was planted last year, and it is the elephant garlic. It's the same cloves that I harvested in another video, and I just planned on letting them grow and getting more and more, and then this year we'll be able to really roast and try them. Here we have the asparagus. There's 3 different kinds. At the big front it's a Burgunde, it's a violet German version. Behind that is the Zeelam, it's a Dutch variety, and then we have the Snow White, which is a German version. And this year is the first year that we'll actually be able to eat them. So we're really looking forward to that. As for our apple tree, it's got one more year of trying. The last 2 years it has produced thousands and thousands of flowers, but then ends up only having 2 apples that are barely edible. So we're going to try to spray it this year and see if that can kill off any diseases it has. But we're going to also plant a second tree as a possible replacement. On the other side, the cherry tree has done very, very well. We got something like 4.5 kilos last year, which is about 9 pounds. And we got to make lots of jams and other things and enjoy the cherries themselves. And we were surprised that the birds didn't eat more. This is our peach tree. It's already been sprayed once because it's got the peach leaf curl, and hopefully we'll be able to take care of that. And this tree, the plum tree, we hope it will produce better this year. Last year it didn't do nearly as well as we were hoping, and the year before that it produced a lot, but the plums were not very tasty, and so we'll give it another year before we possibly try a different variety. The rhubarb is starting to emerge, and then as you can see here, the back small greenhouse has not been cleaned out this year. We are really just now getting into the weather to start doing stuff, and that's why we've left everything so long. Here's compost that I need to, after this video, spread all over. The vegetable bed, what I'm always amazed is that this was mainly just grass and newspaper clippings last year. And if you give it enough time, how it actually turns into compost. I always find that amazing every time. I mean, it's not my first time, but it's just always such a beautiful thing. Then we have this year's beginning. I need to add more brown material to it so it will decompose correctly. The strawberry bed last year, I got tired of weeds and then the runners going all over the place. And so this year I'm going to try with this weed fleece to see if we can get them to grow only out of these spots. And as you can see, it's just now getting started. I'll go through and I'll make sure they all poke their little heads out and get going. But hopefully that will make it easier, as well as that there will be less damage to strawberries from water or dirt getting splashed up on them. The red currant's already been trimmed and we're waiting for it to start. As you can see, the gooseberry is already starting and we're excited to be able to make some more jams and stuff out of that. The blackberry, the black currant, I'm not excited about at all, but my wife has held on to it, so I say whatever, and we'll keep that as well. At the moment, normally at the end of the season, we make some kind of schnapps with it. Normally a corn-based schnapps with some black currants in it and brown sugar, and leave them in there for 8 weeks. It's actually not that bad. And then we have the red gooseberries. They've also been trimmed and ready to go. Last year I already had the potatoes out. This year I'm going to be doing a potato tower, probably over there. And I will see about getting it up to about like a meter and a half. See how high it will let me go. And then the raspberries have also been trimmed and are waiting to go this year. So that's a rundown of the garden, and then we'll get everything going so that the next videos you see, you'll be able to see that even though things are much shorter right now, you'll start to see over the season how much things will change. Thanks for watching this. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to fresh fruits, fresh zucchinis fried with fresh sugar peas. It's going to be nice, and I'm just can't tell you how good it is to get out into the sun again.